Hey guys, it's Josh Reviews, and I gotta be honest. When it comes to torture porn in terms of horror films, I'm not the like. It's not my go-to thing. Like I can handle some stuff, like Texas Chainsaw, the Saw series for one, because it's like I enjoy the detective story. I enjoy those aspects of the films. But, excuse me. But movies like Hostel, you know, can't really get into. And then you have like the underground movies like Grotesque and, Human Guinea Pig or whatever. I don't know what those films are called. And then you have films like I reviewed last year, Scarce, which I thought was good, but, it's not for everyone. And that wasn't really even for me, but it's whatever. Talon Falls. I had something in my tooth. So, four friends are going to a haunted house. They're going camping and they hear about this haunted house at a theme park, or I don't know. I kind of forgot if it was a theme park or it was just a big haunted house. Either way, they go there thinking, yeah, we're gonna have some fun, and of course, it's real. The only catch is that it's like the scare actors are psychopaths who kill people, and then we'll like have them on display, and you get to like watch them being tortured. It's kind of like the short film. I think it was directed by not Toby Hooper, but Eli Roth. I think it was called Chainsaw. You can look it up on YouTube for yourself. And I mean, it was. Look, I gotta be honest. Like the more and more like I watch movies like this, where it's just like it revolves around torture, I just can't get into it. It's not my subgenre. I'll make an exception for Texas and Saw, because it's like Saw has an interesting story with John Kramer, and it's like you feel like you're immersed in the detective side of things, and you're like, oh, well, like what's going on? And it's kind of done in a goofy way to where you can appreciate it. And Texas Chainsaw isn't really torture porn. I mean, some aspects it is, but it's more like just a guy with a chainsaw and a family and people trying to escape. With this film, it's just pure torture. People just bound, gagged, getting mutilated, getting toenails ripped off, getting skin peeled, arms, limbs crushed, being like electrocuted, stabbed like repeatedly for fun. And, people who watch horror films can be like, oh, I like that, I enjoy that. And, I get it, I like horror films as much as the next guy, but there's a sense of like, fun, like, it's kind of cheesy in a way, you know what I mean? I don't know how I'd say it. Like, there's a sense of reality when it comes to these films, and I guess that's just what I don't like about it, the sense of reality. And not only that, but this movie overall is just okay. Like, the actors do a fine job, and, like they're okay or whatever. And the location is really cool. In fact, I think this was actually filmed at a real-life haunted house that you can go to, so that makes it even more creepy and kind of epic that they did this. And for a tight budget, I will give them props. The blood effects and gore effects and what they were able to accomplish is pretty impressive, not gonna lie. The story is nothing original. It's what you said. In fact, I'd compare this movie to the movie House of Wax, the 2005 one, just with a Halloween and haunted house spin on it and torture porn. So that's kind of how I'd compare this movie. But I think where the movie just falls flat for me, like, it's entertaining. Like, there's like towards the end, there's a 20-minute chase scene that just never ends, and you want to see these people escape, and you're just like, whoa, this is intense. But I think where the film just ultimately fails for me is just like, here's the thing I do not like about torture subgenre films, and why I think I prefer Saw is because Saw, it's like none of the characters are necessarily likable. They're all there for a quote unquote reason. And even though we don't want people to die in horrible, painful death traps, it serves the plot and moves the story forward, especially for the detective side of things, when you're trying to see how Detective Hoffman and all these other characters will try and figure stuff out. In this film, it's just characters that, I mean, I'm just going to go out and say, I like the main lead, or the main lead, the female. I forget her name. Shoot, what's her name? Oh, fuck. Not good at names. Well, anyways, you feel bad for her because it's like her friends force her to go to this haunted house and she doesn't want to go to it. And spoiler alert, it's free on YouTube. You can watch it if you want, but she dies at the end. It's another ending that's not my thing. She gets killed and you're like, well, it was all for nothing. And not only that, but it's like, you feel bad for her because she went through all this hell. She didn't want to be here in the first place. She didn't ask for this, and now she's dead. So that sucks. And like I said, for me, like Saw, or like, I know I compare it to Saw, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm sorry if this review just seems kind of like, if I'm being melodramatic, but I don't know, right now I'm just kind of like, I gotta be truthful. I didn't really want to watch this film because I just really wasn't in the right mindset. And when I watched it, I was just like, I don't know. I think I have like a, like, okay, first of all, let me just say this thing. The movie's not bad. The movie is not bad. It's well shot. For the most part, it's well acted. For what they were able to accomplish, it is good. It's all personal preference of mine. Personally, did I enjoy it? No, not really. It's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Like you can like sit back and watch and be like, oh, okay. Like I want this character to make it out, but unless you know what's coming, you're gonna be like just like, well, what was this all for? Like for me, if you're gonna do something like this, where a movie it revolves around torture and it's like extreme and violent, it's like, I'm sorry. I know some people don't like happy endings in horror films. I need a happy ending. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want a movie where the main lead fails to escape and these terrible, terrible people win. I know not every horror movie has a happy ending. I know some movies like The Lighthouse have a deep ending where it's like a very sick and twisted ending. It's like, but it works for movies like that because it's like, it's supposed to mean something. It has a deeper meaning. It's a psychological horror film. This is torture porn. It's not really my cup of tea, but, it was labeled as a Halloween movie, so I had to watch it. And like I said, this is all personal preference, Is the movie bad? No, it's not bad. There's a difference between you having an opinion on a movie and the movie itself. Like, for example, the Terminator 2 is like the best movie ever made. One of the best movies ever made. It has like 10 out of 10 from everyone, 9 out of 10. It's regarded as like one of the best action films of all time. But there are people out there who do not like that film. And I keep saying, well, name me something that's wrong with the film. And they're like, I can't think of anything. And I'm like, okay, then it's all personal preference. So here's what I'm gonna do. Personal preference, I'd give this movie a C. The movie, I'd give a B. So, I didn't enjoy it. Is bad? No. But you guys might like it. I mean, there are gore hounds out there. There are people who I know do like this movie. I was reading the comments on the film on YouTube, and people were like, oh, I really love this film. And I heard like the cast and people working on it had a blast. So, that's good. That's good. You had a blast working on it. Glad to hear it. Not my film, personally. Sorry if this review was a little, like, weird. But I just kind of wanted to get this out here, so Well, I'm gonna go now.